Tonight, 3 teenagers arrested following a series of break-ins at Port Lincoln, and a ferocious fire completely destroys a Stirling North home.
This is Southern Cross News with Abby Donaldson.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. 3 teenagers have been arrested following a series of crime sprees across the region. Our Port Lincoln reporter Casey Trelaw joins me now. And Casey, police say the boys are connected to a number of break-ins.
That's right, Abby. Port Lincoln detectives were investigating various break-ins which occurred last week, and this has now led to the arrest of 3 teenage boys. A number of items were allegedly stolen from 2 houses, one on Cook Street in Port Lincoln, the other at Dorwood Street in North Shields. Upon searching the boys' homes, police allege they recovered stolen jewellery and a credit card. Police allege the boys were also connected to a stolen motorbike from a Seaton Avenue business on September 8. The motorbike was recovered in scrubland a few kilometres west of Port Lincoln a week later. The 3 boys, aged 15, 16 and 17, have been charged with a range of criminal charges, including aggravated residential serious criminal trespass, illegal use, illegal interference, several counts of theft and more. All 3 youths were refused bail and will face court again later next month. Abby?
Thanks, Casey. Meantime, police are investigating the cause of a fire which completely gutted a home in Stirling North near Port Augusta. Fire crews were quickly on the scene just after 10 o'clock this morning to find the house engulfed in flames and smoke billowing out of the roof. Thankfully, no one was injured, although one woman was taken to the hospital for shock. Fireys say the damage bill for the incident is expected to be $150,000. Broken Hill locals could soon be paying more for water under a new proposal from Essential Energy. Water prices in the region are currently under review. Patrick Reinke has the details.
Essential Energy's proposal could see Broken Hill water bills increase by roughly $93 per year over the next 4 years. The Independent Pricing and Regulatory Tribunal, known as IPART, is in the middle of reviewing Essential Energy's sewer and water business in Broken Hill. They will determine the prices that Water New South Wales can charge Essential Energy for water delivered by the under-construction Murray River to Broken Hill pipeline. Essential Energy submitted an addendum to its pricing proposal, a change that could see average water and sewerage prices increase. The changes are a result of an updated Metro Water model. In the addendum, a residential customer consuming 200 kilolitres of water per year would see an increase in their water and sewerage bill of $93 per year on average in each of the next 4 years. Any price changes will be effective from July 1st next year. IPART is expected to hand down its issues paper on the water prices sometime this month.
The Port Augusta City Council has described the last 12 months as a foundation year as they look toward a busy 2019. The release of the Council's annual report highlights many achievements of the last year, but there are some areas which need improvement.
After 4 tough years in the Upper Spencer Gulf, the Council says the most exciting times are ahead.
I'd say the last year's been the foundation year.
The Council has released its yearly report, and there's plenty of positives.
Whether it be taking $2 million worth of operating expenses out, getting organisational structures bedded down.
Work to improve local roads, footpaths and curbs have also been a plus.
We've still got to make sure we fundamentally get the basics right. We have to make sure that our road management plans are correct, and we have to make sure that our infrastructure is up to standard.
The Council says getting their assets in top shape is important ahead of a promising 2019. Which will see the beginning of construction for a number of the region's big renewable energy projects.
I think we're at that point now where we're going to start to really see some exciting progress for Port Augusta.
Although the report does highlight some concerns, in particular the Waialatta Outback Centre, in which the visitation numbers of some months was down 3,000 people than in previous years.
It's about actually sitting down and doing that full service review in a proper planned way, understanding what you've got, what it is you actually want to achieve, and then how do you get the best results out of it.
Garth Burley, Southern Cross News.
UniSA Whyalla wants more Indigenous students in the region to consider a career in health. They hosted a conference at the Whyalla campus today aimed at sparking an interest in the profession.
Health is a critical focus for Indigenous Australians as the nation aims to close the gap. And the state's universities want Aboriginal Australians to be part of the campaign, encouraging careers in the health sector.
We want Aboriginal health in Aboriginal hands, and so we still see a gap that exists in Aboriginal health. The way to address that is by having more Aboriginal people in the health workforce.
Activities were set up across the Whyalla campus. It was interactive, allowing kids to experience firsthand their future careers.
What it's like to be a nurse or allied health professional, so we've got some really fun activities around podiatry, physiotherapy, clinical exercise.
The day also featured guest speakers. Joel Dixon, who studied human movement, says tertiary education opens up so many pathways.
And just trying to encourage kids basically that, you can go to uni and do anything, and there's not always a closed door, there's always a door to be opened.
John Hunt, Southern Cross News.
Still to come tonight, we meet a Port Lincoln mother who's on a mission to guide other mums through what she calls the fourth trimester. And farmers descend on a paddock in the mid-north for one of the nation's biggest agronomy events. Welcome back. Southern Cross News has been given a tour of the new Broken Hill YMCA site on Chloride Street. The building is expected to be completed in December before reopening in the new year.
Once a barren worksite, now a multi-million-dollar redevelopment taking shape.
We're thrilled with where things are at in terms of the progress, and we're very excited to see where things go over the next couple of months.
Progress on Broken Hill's new YMCA Integrated Wellness Centre has been steady. After 140 days of construction, the site manager says it's on schedule and under budget.
We're on track. We get set to put a roof on here in a couple of weeks' time. A lot of the rework stuff has been done as well, and a lot of structural steel up.
Mr Green has praised the hard work of local tradies and those from away in bringing the facility together. The YMCA says the building has been transformed from what it once was, but some heritage features of the old German club remain.
You'll see certainly elements of that history dotted throughout the building, but the new part of the building is very impressive. We've rationalised a lot of the floor levels throughout the building, so there's now only one major level change where there were 8 before.
It's hoped the centre will be completed by Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to give Broken Hill a Christmas present, mate, by delivering this one on time and definitely on budget as well. So.
Patrick Ryanke, Southern Cross News.
Whyalla's jetty design is open for public consultation ahead of its final approval. The Development Assessment Panel is taking submissions on the project. The revamped jetty features a loop in the middle as well as a viewing platform. If approved, work will begin on the jetty in February. Submissions close on Thursday. For details, head to our Facebook page. A Port Lincoln mother who once battled postnatal depression and all the tough challenges new parents face is on a mission to guide other mums through what she calls the fourth trimester.
Bringing a new life into the world can be challenging for new mums. It's that time after the third trimester.
So the fourth trimester is typically the first 40 days after the birth, which can be a really turbulent time for people.
Mother to 2 little girls, Cadence and Asher, Zelma knows all too well how tough this time can be. She was diagnosed with postnatal depression in 2015, and now she wants to help other mums.
I do know firsthand how difficult that can be, so I wanted to talk about it as much as possible so that other people don't feel ashamed or scared to talk about it.
So she started the Postnatal Project, and what began as a blog has now launched Zelma into releasing her first ebook.
So this year I released an ebook called Mama Let's Be Honest. So in that book I cover things like anger, guilt, baby sleep, writing your own care plan and affirmations to support your everyday life.
The book also delves into Zelma's journey and, backed up by evidence-based practices she learnt as a social worker.
People ask me all the time how I overcame postnatal depression, so I talk about that a lot in great detail.
With a passion to help and guide mums across the world with her award-winning project, Zelma has big plans for what might come next.
When my children get a bit older, I will offer a home visit service just to complement existing services within the community.
Now, if you or anyone you know is experiencing difficulties as a parent, please speak to your GP. Casey Trelaw, Southern Cross News.
Such an important cause. Well, a trail of dust could be seen across the skyline in the mid-north as farmers took to the dirt roads for the annual Heartfield Day. A paddock between the towns of Blyth and Brinkworth today hosted one of the nation's biggest agronomy events.
Weeding, growing and cropping, no stone has been left unturned at this year's annual Heartfield Day. Farmers travelled from far and wide to gain insight into drought resistance and to increase their yields to help meet the growing demands from China.
We'll have hopefully up to about 600 odd farmers come through the gate today, all looking to learn something new about their farm. So.
More than 30 speakers from across Australia attended the event, giving farmers a few lessons in agrimony.
How we actually plant crops in the no-till system, how we manage herbicide use, fertiliser use, these sorts of things, and it's just fantastic to see that the Heartfield side group's doing so well.
Heartfield Day is a great opportunity for farmers to meet researchers and directly design a program which will help their farms. This year's harsh seasonal conditions means farmers have to seek alternative methods of planting in order to gain higher yields.
Precision planting technology, so trying to achieve better singulation in your seeding system to hopefully reduce seed inputs and maintain a good yield.
Dominic Beaton, Southern Cross News.
2 EP singers will get the chance to professionally release a single after securing the Whyalla Recording Scholarship. Liberty Tui and Shakira Forstner were picked by the judges and will both get to record a song which will then be put out for sale. The two girls say they're thrilled to be able to pursue their dreams.
Just that music can really express any emotion, and it's just something I've always loved from childhood.
I'm really excited as an original singer-songwriter to express my music. I have always been very enthused in recording my music.
Whyalla's Jaylee Daniels was the runner-up. More than 100 of the region's youngest stars have joined forces in Port Augusta for the annual Festival of Music Showcase. It's part of a number of shows statewide, with some primary school students even travelling over 500 kilometres to take part.
Nervously stepping on stage, these group of budding singers enjoying their moment in the spotlight.
It's kind of nervous being in front of so many people.
Over 100 primary school students took part in the hour-long music spectacle for the statewide Festival of Music Showcase.
Well, I'd say it's the biggest combined event in the whole town that we do anywhere that includes this many people from so many different areas.
Students from local Port Augusta schools were involved, as well as keen pupils from Kimber, Corn and even Coober Pedy.
So we've been working on it all year. All the different schools work on their bit separately and then we get together on the day.
The kids belting out songs about inspiring topics.
Positive thinking and working together and feeling proud of yourself.
And the opportunity to perform in front of a sellout crowd, certainly hitting the right notes with some singers. What do you like about the singing so much?
To have fun. Well, you get the thrill of the adrenaline.
You can see how their singing improves, but also their confidence improves and their ability to stand and present themselves. It's really a great thing.
Garth Burley, Southern Cross News.
Stay with us after the break. We'll have a wrap of all the weekend sport, including who took out the Port Lincoln Netball Grand Final. And in the weather, it's going to warm up and fine up to end the week. I'll have all the local weather details next. Hello again. Well, finals fever is everywhere at the moment, with local netball and soccer also nearing the end. It was grand final day in Port Lincoln Netball, with Waybacks winning the big match. John Hunt joins us now. And John, they certainly capped off a perfect season.
They did, Abby. The grand final result means Waybacks finished the season without a loss in 2018. Imperials had been second for most of the year and were up for the challenge, but couldn't overcome the minor premier. The scoreline was pretty comfortable in the end, with Waybacks winning by 18 goals. Over in Northern Areas Netball, it was their grand final as well. Minor Premier Orroroo secured the premiership with a narrow 5-goal win over Southern Flinders. Southern Flinders had come from fourth to make the big match, and while they gave Orroroo a fright, they fell short. Switching sports now, and we focus on soccer. In Port Pirie, Premier Savoy finished off their season in style with a 2-1 win over over Adelaide Great Wall. It was the final round of the Wireless Soccer League. Croatia thrashed league champions Lions 6-1, while Steel were too strong for Westland United. South Coast will play Raiders in the Port Lincoln Cup final after thrashing Knights 5-0. Just a one match in Broken Hill, with Celtic edging past St Joe's 2-1. And in Broken Hill tennis, volleys, forehands, drop shots and top shots all had wins. So that's all in sport for this week. Port Lincoln's footy grand final is this week and will be across all of it. But for now, it's back to you.
Thanks, John. Well, Port Pirie's Savoy Soccer Club have had a victorious ending to their 2018 season by taking home the premiership. The club will have a lot of training to do in the off-season though, as they have now moved up a division.
Some of our younger players stepped up. We got some new signings that really were excellent this year, and yeah, I thought the aim was probably to get promoted, and yeah, the premiership's just a bonus.
Savoy will also be moving their home for the 2019 season to Port Pirie's new sporting precinct. And time now to see what's happening in the weather. But first, thanks to Jeffrey Hardiman for taking this awesome shot at daybreak at Wild Dog Hill, Whyalla. And here's a bit of a fun fact for you. The trees in this pic carbon date back over 3,000 years. Now, we saw a mix of sunshine and cloud around the Gulf today. 21 was the top for Port Augusta, 24 the top for Broken Hill. On the satellite, patchy high cloud over southeastern SA ahead of a cold front is not yet producing any rain. Skies are generally clear elsewhere under a high pressure ridge. On the waters for your hump day, southwesterly winds up to 25 knots, seas at 2 metres. To tomorrow's forecast now, and it's going to be a similar story to today. Partly cloudy for most centres, cooling down a little too. We could see some light showers around the EP area, 16 the top for Port Lincoln, and a cloudy one for Port Pirie, 18 the top. Looking ahead and after tomorrow, the mercury is expected to rise into the mid-20s by Saturday. Beautiful conditions by then. 18's the magic number on Thursday for Port Lincoln, Cleve and Woodner, and 26 the top for Woodner for Saturday. Again, it's looking like temperatures will gradually rise by the weekend. A sunny 25 predicted for Whyalla on Friday and Saturday. Gee whiz, it's heating up quickly. And hello, summer, fine and 29 the top for Port Augusta on Saturday. Lastly, some patchy rain forecast for most centres over the coming days, but skies will clear by the weekend as well. A lovely 23 for Port Pirie on Friday and 25 for Saturday. And nothing but sunshine for Broken Hill on Saturday as well, 26 the top. And well, that's all the local news this Tuesday. Thanks for your company. I'll have updates later. Until then, enjoy your evening. Good night.